saying fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with the Detroit Lions. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Go. I'm going to come back to you.
Now a two-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. On first, they go right back to Howard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This is Howard on second down. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions will take over at the 20.
Push him back. 40's coming. Under. I got motion there. Look. I got this. 57. Get the ball. 50.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Prescott. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And up to the third. Before they're able to knock him down.
Let's go.
A gain of 15. And the Lions first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Check nickel.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. On second down, it's Pollard. And he's going to get this one down to the 45.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Jones has it. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Remember, Prater has hit from 64 earlier in his career. This one not quite as long, but good from distance nonetheless. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Looking to throw on second down. Wentz. This one complete to Sproles. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll run with Pollard. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, Pollard. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Tony Pollard with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
A good pick up there, 26 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Wentz to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Will Harris, the rookie from Boston College, who picked it.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Pollard. Room here to run. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, and maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
He may try and run. Oh, Prescott stripped. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. Now Howard. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jordan Howard. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Here we go, G, get off the field.
And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. To try again after the sack. Prescott. You think back to last year, Dak Prescott was sacked 56 times, 2nd most in the league behind Deshaun Watson of the Texans. 23 yards the pickup there. Prescott off play action. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Switch up.
Prescott to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go, 46.
3rd and long for Prescott. Forced out to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Here is Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. This will be from 56 yards out. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Run for Pollard. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Buying time to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And he'll keep this one away from Sproles as this is angled toward the sideline. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Wentz now on 1st down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Running with Howard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense is going to take over at their own 20-yard line.
Let's set it tall, fellas. Let's set it tall. 54, go to 54, Lions. Go, go. All right, D, let's go. All right, D.
They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here we go, 46. Hey, kill. 47.
Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Prescott from the gun. And he fires one, but incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Throwing now is Wentz. It's caught by Jackson. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, this is Howard. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Wentz now on first down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter for either side. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Sproles. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Completes it to Aguilar. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 16 yards, a first down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Sproles. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Darren Sproles, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point fourth-quarter lead. On second down now, Pollard, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and it'll be third down.
Here we go. Line in. Check back 47. Yeah. Here we go. Going to 54. Line in. 47. 47's the mic.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Now Prescott on fourth down. Looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run with Howard. In on the tackle, Jalen Reeves-Maybin. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
82-14. Hey, Haywood.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one goes for 24 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Howard. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score